गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं। प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथेरारंभे करि मंगलाचरण गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीनेर स्मरणे हय विघ्न विनाशन अनायासे हय निज वांछित पूरण। Today is a very auspicious tithi. It's an auspicious tithi, Safala Ekadashi, the disappearance of Sri Devanand Pandit, one of the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also disappearance of most revered Sri Srimad Bhakti Prakash Aranya Goswami Maharaj, associate of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur. So today's tithi is blessed with three different auspicious events: Ekadashi, Devanand Pandit, Tirobhav disappearance, and also Aranya Maharaj disappearance. Srila Gurudev, most revered Srila Gurudev, he has written this Chaitanya Associates. In that, I am referring to that book for Devananda Pandit's glories. पुराणानर्थ वेत्ता श्री देवानंद पंडितः पुरासीन नंद परिषद पंडितो भागुरीर मुनिः. In Gaur Ganadesh Deepika, Kavi Karnapur has written that Devananda Pandit, who has the knowledge of all the Puranas, he was previously Bhaguri Muni, the court priest of Nanda Maharaj. Bhaguri Muni he was. सार्वभौम पिता विशारद महेश्वर ताहार जांघाले गेला प्रभु विश्वंभर सेईखाने देवानंद पंडितेर बास परम सुशांत विप्र मोक्ष अभिलाष. Chaitanya Bhagavat speaks about Sri Devananda Pandit, that Devananda Pandit used to live close to Maheshwar Visharad's house. Maheshwar Visharad is father of Sarvam Bhattacharya. So Devananda Pandit's house is close to that place. When Mahaprabhu went to meet Maheshwar Visharad. At that time, he also met Devananda Pandit. Devananda Pandit was a Brahmana, very peaceful, very calm and quiet Brahmana, but he was desirous of liberation. He was following the path of liberation. Kuliya grame kaila Devanandera prasad. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita it says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showered his mercy upon him in Kuliya, the current day Navadvip town, Kuliya. So there Mahaprabhu had showered his mercy upon him. এই বিশারদের জাঙ্গল এইখানে দেখা হইল দেবানন্দ পণ্ডিতের সনে. At the place of Maheshwar Visharad, where Devanand Pandit used to live, that is the place where Mahaprabhu met Devananda Pandit also. जेहो श्रीवासेरो स्थाने अपराध कैलो प्रभु वाक्य दंडे तेहो दुखित होइलो. And at that place he cleansed Devananda Pandit from the offences he made towards Sri Srivas Thakur. There Mahaprabhu chastised him severely. He was ashamed by such chastisement by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is written in Bhakti Ratnakar. So, the story behind this is Devananda Pandit was a great tapasvi. He had control of all the sense organs. And he was a great Jnani also. He got very great knowledge about various scriptures. But he would speak all the scriptures with moksha or liberation as the final objective, ultimate objective. So he used to speak the interpretation of the scriptures, he used to give through jnana, knowledge, but not through devotion. Even he used to speak Srimad Bhagavatam, he used to give the commentaries or interpretation in the moksha marga, in the path of liberation, but not in devotion, the path of devotion. There were so many persons who used to come to listen to him speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. He was a very, very renounced person. He has got all the good qualities that anybody would get attracted to. But the only thing that was missing in him was devotion. So, when he was speaking on Srimad Bhagavatam, several persons used to come and attend. There were many followers also sitting. So, Srivas Pandit, devotees are naturally inclined to Srimad Bhagavatam. Wherever there is recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, devotees hear that with great attentiveness. So, in the court of Devananda Pandit, he was speaking on Srimad Bhagavatam. Srivas Pandit came to know that Srimad Bhagavat recitation is going on. So, he went and sat in that particular assembly. He was hearing Devananda Pandit speak on Srimad Bhagavatam, although he was speaking on the path of renunciation and liberation. Still, by listening to the verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srivas Thakur was overcome with prema, with love. And therefore, there were different symptoms of ecstasy that became manifest in him. And then he started crying loudly in separation of the Lord, out of love. So all the other listeners, they felt it to be a disturbance. That Srivas Pandit is disturbing, when somebody is listening attentively, someone else is shouting or crying, then it's a disturbance. So they thought, due to this person we are getting disturbed, we are not able to listen such a beautiful commentary by Devananda Pandit. So what they did is, they lifted Srivas from that assembly and then put him out. And Devananda Pandit, who was seeing all this, he did not stop them doing so. Even though Devananda Pandit was not directly involved or he has not ordered anyone to do so, still he has, accepted whatever was happening in front of him, because he did not stop anyone from doing so. So, because of that, Devananda Pandit had committed an offense at the feet of Srivas Pandit. Srivas Pandit is very, very dear associate of, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and at his place, Mahaprabhu performed Krishnam Sankirtan. To his lotus feet, he has committed an offense. So, the next time, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing through that path, Bhakti Binu Bhagavata Je Ar Bakhane Prabhu Bole Se Adam Kichui Na Jane. The next time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing through that path, he saw Devananda Pandit giving commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. He went to that place. What did he do? He said, Bhakti Binu Bhagavata Je Ar Bakhane, whoever is speaking Srimad Bhagavat without devotion, with jnana and karma, if anyone is speaking, Prabhu bole, se adhama kichui na jane, he is ignorant. He may be a great knowledgeable person, but still he is ignorant. Because that knowledge which does not, instigate one, or which does not, direct one towards devotion, that knowledge is useless. That karma which does not, direct one towards devotion to Krishna, that karma is useless. So, Mahaprabhu told that he is so lowly, he does not know anything. Niravadi bhaktihin ei beta bakhane aji puthi chirivo dekaho vidyamane. And this fellow is always speaking Srimad Bhagavatam without devotion. If I hear again this fellow speaking on Srimad Bhagavatam, I shall tear the book in front of everyone. Means I shall insult him. I shall humiliate him in front of all the listeners. So he gave a very severe warning to Devananda Pandit. So he was ashamed when Mahaprabhu warned him in this manner in front of everyone. Now, one of the other problems that Devananda Pandit has got is that he has no faith towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has no faith, he has no devotion, that is one. He also had no faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, several months later, he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He requested, please forgive me, please forgive me. But because he has committed offense to Srivas Pandit, Mahaprabhu did not entertain him. But by the mercy of Mahaprabhu only, because he saw that he is repentful, Devananda Pandit is repentful, by his mercy therefore, one of the associates of Nityananda Prabhu, his name is Vakreshwar Pandit. Vakreshwar Pandit has got the speciality of dancing 72 hours continuously. In ecstasy, he danced when Mahaprabhu was singing. And then he was not satisfied. 72 hours. We cannot dance 72 seconds. 72 seconds means 1 minute, 12 seconds. We cannot dance even for that long. After 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, we want rest. He danced for 72 hours, 3 days continuously. And he was not satisfied. He tells Mahaprabhu that, Mahaprabhu, let there be hundreds of Gandharvas singing simultaneously and let me dance. Gandharvas, they are expert singers. So, when there are several Gandharvas, when some are tired, others will sing. Someone else tired, someone else. Means the kirtan should continue so that my dance should not stop. Like that. So, that Vakreshwar Pandit, he came to shower his mercy on Devananda Pandit. He stayed at the house of Devananda Pandit. And Devananda Pandit got an opportunity to serve him, due to which he slowly developed faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he could realize the offense that he had committed to Srivas Pandit. Because when he has developed faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he could understand Prema Dharma, the path of divine love propagated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and what symptoms are possible in Prema Dharma. Therefore, he understood that he had committed an offense at the feet of Srivas Thakur, and by the as a result of the service that he has offered to Vakreshwar Pandit, Mahaprabhu also freed him from the offenses. Shuno Dvijo Bisho Kari Je Mukhe Bakhan Sei Mukhe Kari Jabe Amrita Grahan Bisho Hoy Jirno Deha Hoito Amar Amrita Prabhave Ebe Shuno Se Uttar. So Mahaprabhu tells him that you have consumed poison. Now you also have to consume Amrita, ambrosia, to cut the effect of the poison. You consume poison, then you have to also consume Amrita, the immortal drink, so that the poisonous effect will be finished. Therefore, you have, disrespected Srivas. You have to sing his glories. Only then you can be freed from all the offenses. When we use our tongue to, blaspheme someone, some Vaishnavas, it will be a cause of great severe offense. But when the same tongue is utilized to glorify the Vaishnavas repeatedly, then that poisonous effect will be finished. From the heart, not like, aparad, therefore I will just speak about that Vaishnava from the mouth. No, from the heart you should sing. When you do so, then the Supreme Lord will be pleased and we will be freed from our offenses. So in this manner, Devananda Pandit was freed from the offenses by serving Vakreshwar Pandit. And later, when Mahaprabhu again came on the path of Kulia is the current day Navadvip town. Now currently we have Devananda Gaudiya Math. It's also called as Aparada Bhanjana Sthan. This is also a place where Gopal Chapal was also freed from the offenses that he had committed to against Srivas Pandit. So both these Vaishnavas, means Gopal Chapal and Devananda Pandit's offenses were cleared by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Aparada Bhanjana Sthan, Kulingram, that is the current day Navadvip town. So in this manner, he got freed from all the sinful, offensive reactions. Tatapi ho Devananda bada punyavanto bachaneu prabhu jare karilena danda. Chaitanya Bhagavat says that Devananda Pandit is very, very fortunate. We may see that, Mahaprabhu, neglected him, chastised him. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur says, in spite of that, Devananda Pandit is very, very fortunate because he received the chastisement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised him directly. The chastisement and the love of a Vaishnava or of Supreme Lord is a great honor. It is a great honor. It is a one that is to be honored because Mahaprabhu or the Vaishnavas, they won't chastise, any person ordinarily. They are definitely recipient of Mahaprabhu's mercy. So here, Chaitanya Bhagavat says, even though he was chastised, he was greatly fortunate because he received it from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya danda mahasukriti se pai jar dande marile vaikunthe lok jai. Vrindavan Das Thakur says, Mahaprabhu's punishment can be received only by those who are greatly pious, devotionally pious, not ordinarily. Those who have got great pious activities, only they will become eligible to receive Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's punishment. Why? because even by the punishment of Mahaprabhu, one will immediately attain Vaikuntha Dham. On this particular Tithi, Krishna Ekadashi Tithi, in the month of Pausha, Devananda Pandit had disappeared. Pausha means in the month of December, January is called Paush in lunar calendar. So on this particular Tithi, Devananda Pandit had made his disappearance from this world. Today, it is also the disappearance of most revered Srila Bhakti Prakash Aranya Goswami Maharaj, the disciple of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, one of the principal associates. Srila Bhakti Prakash Aranya Goswami Maharaj pleased Prabhupada by various ways, particularly by preaching Prabhupada's words as it is, as they are. Srila Aranya Goswami Maharaj was not a very educated person. He was an illiterate person. He did not go to school or he had a very high education. But he was employed by Prabhupada to speak in colleges and universities. Because when he heard Prabhupada speak Harikatha, he could immediately grasp all the Harikatha so nicely, including the words that Prabhupada used to use. Prabhupada did not use ordinary words. Prabhupada's words are aprakrita, very transcendental. Even those words are very nicely captured because Prabhupada's words, when we show to even the scholars and professors in Sanskrit or Bengali in the universities, even they will be confused. Our Bharati Maharaj, he used to say this. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, the preface is written by Srila Prabhupada. He has written 2 pages of preface. So he used to come to Pune. So one time I asked Maharaj to speak on Chaitanya Charitamrita subjects, what they call Rupa Shiksha and Sanatana Shiksha. He told, bring Chaitanya Charitamrita. I brought him Chaitanya Charitamrita. He told, open preface. I opened preface. Read. Do you read Bangla? I said, I read, but not very fluently, but I read. Read. Then I read. He asked before, do you understand Bangla? I said, yes, I understand little Bangla. So then he told, read. I read it. I read only one sentence, first sentence. He said, explain me the meaning of this. He told, explain the meaning of this. He said, I didn't understand, let me read one more time. I read one more time. It was not getting into my brain. He told, this is Prabhupada's language. What Bengali you understand? This is Prabhupada's language. Our Mutt, he told, our Mutt people, this was given to them to translate. Anadyanta Chaitanya Leela is written. Anadyanta Chaitanya Leela. So, there it is translated, this Chaitanya Leela from beginning to end is described in this. But, means they have not understood. Anadyanta Chaitanya Leela means starting from beginning to the end of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, everything is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavad. But, there is no beginning and there is no end to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela. How can it be beginning to end? That Leela which has no beginning and no end, that Leela is being mentioned here. So if you don't understand the Tattva, it's very difficult. And the words that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to use, he told that one person had come and asked me, what is this meaning of Anadyanta Chaitanya Leela? What is the meaning of this? That Leela which has no beginning, which has no end, that is always eternal, that Chaitanya Leela. So this Chaitanya Charitamrita was given to one college professor, that you translate it. Yes. The Bengali professor, Sanskrit professor, he knows Bengali Sanskrit very nicely. Okay. So he took it. Maharaj used to say this. He took the book and then it's only 2 pages. The preface that Prabhupada wrote is only 2 pages. He took the book and then 15 days passed, 1 month passed, 2 months passed. The professor was approached that you have, yes, I'm doing. He actually has not understood what Prabhupada, he's a professor in Bengali language. And finally one day he comes and he tells, I have no time actually. I'm very busy. So I was actually wanting to translate, but I have no time. Please get it translated with someone else. Maharaj used to smile by saying this. Actually, he couldn't translate. But a professor, his ego will be hurt if he says that I have not understood this. Therefore, he simply said that there is no time. Get it translated by someone. So, this is the language that Prabhupada used to use. That language, even though Aranya Goswami Maharaj was, materially not, literate, has not did not undergo education, but still he could capture all the essence, the words of Prabhupada. So much so that he went to colleges and universities and he spoke Harikatha. The professors were astounded with his speech. And they asked, Maharaj, you should have done, MA in Bengali language or Sanskrit language. What is your qualification? He used to say, I'm a, this thumb impression guy. Means I cannot sign my own name. I cannot sign my own name. So, such was the qualification he has got. These are not ordinary persons. The disciples of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, not ordinary disciples. Our Bharati Maharaj used to say, one time when I came to him, Aranya Maharaj, he told that please proofread this verse. And some verse he told, please go through this and do the proofreading. He explained the meaning like this, you proofread everything is right or not. Then I was surprised, why is he asking me to proofread? He can do it. I am very new to the mutt. I don't know much philosophy, but he is asking me to proofread. But he did not question because, senior Maharaj, he did not question. So he asked another devotee that I don't know the reason why he is giving to me to proofread this. When I am very new, I don't know anything. Then that Maharaj or Prabhuji, he told that Maharaj cannot read. Whatever is printed, Maharaj cannot read. That's why he asked you to proofread. But Bharati Maharaj said that the way he has given commentary to that verse, nobody will understand that he is not educated person. That was his capacity. So all the professors in the college, university used to be astounded by, such education, such, profound understanding of scriptures he had got. So, the pranam mantra, Namayom Vishnupadaya Gaura Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Prakasha Aranya Goswami iti namine. Namaha. Swami Goswami tine Namaha. So, he appeared in East Bengal, means the current day Bangladesh, in the district, Yashohar district. There is a place called Gangarampur. In that particular village, he appeared. And as per the custom during those days, they used to get married at an early age. So he was married. He was in Grihastha ashram. And during that time, he got an opportunity to meet Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And when he met Prabhupada, he was immediately attracted to his personality. And then he surrendered unto him. He submitted unto the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada immediately after seeing him. And then he was given Harinam and Diksha by, even though he was not materially illiterate, he was not educated materially, still by seeing the retention capacity of Aranya Goswami Maharaj, Prabhupada had engaged him in preaching activities at various places, even to the extent of speaking in the colleges and universities. Several times he told Prabhupada that I have no capacity, how can I speak in the middle of educated persons? But by the special blessings of Prabhupada, he could go everywhere and preach and win the hearts of all the persons. And Srila Aranya Goswami Maharaj has a very intimate, a close relationship with our Param Gurudev Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj. He used to come and stay in our mutt very frequently. Not only that, he used to attend the religious assemblies during the, what you call Janmashtami and the other annual functions at different places, but he often used to send his disciples to our mutt to learn certain things, to associate with the Vaishnavas, and he himself used to come and he used to stay in our mutt. So here it is mentioned that in Calcutta, in Mayapur, and in Vrindavan, at these three mutts, he used to come and he used to stay. In Vrindavan mutt, he used to stay, in Calcutta mutt, and as well as in Mayapur mutt. And he was attracted by our Param Gurudev's special affection towards the God brothers. Our Param Gurudev Satirtha Priti, he was very affectionate to all the God brothers. So this was one of the things that Aranya Maharaj often used to speak about Param Gurudev's speciality, that how much love he shares with all his God brothers. And when he was ill, before a few months or a few years before his departure, when he was ill, even at that time, he came and stayed in our Vrindavan mutt. In our mutt in Vrindavan, he stayed there, and our Param Gurudev had engaged few of his disciples in the service of Aranya Maharaj. And they served him, and slowly he recovered from his sickness, and then later he went to other places for preaching, Aranya Goswami Maharaj. And he also accompanied our Param Gurudev to various places for preaching Krishna Bhakti. Our Param Gurudev used to take many of his God brothers along with him to new areas for preaching. So he gave the opportunity for all those localites to serve the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. He was very open-minded. Our Param Gurudev was very open-minded. He would take all his God brothers to various places. These days there is a closeness. Closeness means the narrowness has come in among the devotees, that this is my field, others should not come. I should not allow others here. If some other acharya has initiated in my field, then I become very angry. This is my field, why did they allow him? So this kind of narrowness has come. But our Param Gurudev was very broad-minded. It is not that I want to become Guru. Krishna will inspire whomever that person is inspired to. All of us are Prabhupada's disciples. So the objective is to propagate Krishna Bhakti. The objective is not to increase my number of followers. The objective is to propagate Krishna Bhakti. So that kind of broadness is there in devotees. But if that kind of broadness is not there, Sankirnata, that narrowness, is not devotion. That is, I want to enjoy more disciples. That is not good. So, in the south 24 Parganas, which is in Bengal, one day he was speaking Krishna Katha on this particular day, on Ekadashi Tithi. He is speaking Krishna Katha. There were so many persons who had attended, and he was speaking Krishna Katha, and with several scriptural evidences. You see, his retention power was such that he heard Prabhupada speak, and then he could, memorize so many verses. Not even reading. We read, but still we cannot remember. This is our problem. But he used to remember simply by hearing to Prabhupada and others speak. So he was speaking on so many verses he was speaking. And then particularly when he was talking about Tava Kathamritam Tapra Jivanam verse, which is the verse that the gopis spoke in the separation of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. When Krishna disappeared from the Rasa arena, at that time the gopis were glorifying Krishna in his separation. So one of those verses is Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. So while he was speaking on this particular verse, it was seen that slowly he left the body. So in separation. So on this particular day, in 1967, on the 1st January 1967, Friday, Ekadashi, 6:30 in the evening, he made his disappearance from this material world, and all his final rites were performed. So today is his disappearance day, and also the disappearance of Sri Devanand Pandit. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the feet of Sri Devanand Pandit, as well as most revered Srila Bhakti Prakash Aranya Goswami Maharaj. May they free me from all the offences that I might have committed to their lotus feet, knowingly or unknowingly, and give me one-pointed faith in the feet of most revered Srila Gurudev. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Paramaraditam Patita Pavana Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Shri Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitya Leela Pravishtham Vishnupad Pramsa Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jagat Guru Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Saparikar Shri Radha Madan Mohan Shri Radha Govinda Shri Radha Gopinath Jiu Ki Jai. Shri Safala Ekadashi Titi Vara Ki Jai. Shri Devananda Pandite Tirobhav Titi Puja Ki Jai. Nitya Leela Pravishtham Vishnupad Pramata Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Prakash Aranya Goswami Maharaj Tirobhav Titi Puja Ki Jai. समागत हरि कथा श्रवणकारी भक्त वृंद की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.